Tommy's Wallhouse. A weather request. I am Melton, son of a carpenter Mary. Daddy carpenter worked on skyscrapers. Mom Marianne. I am the son of a carpenter Mary. I get to tell parables. This is my Tommy parable series about Tommy the no-armed Oriental fellow. Oh, that's my latest artwork, graphic art. Designed it today. Yes, I'm the son of carpenter and dad carpenter worked on skyscrapers. Mom Marianne. I get to tell parables. This is my Tommy parable series. I think I said it twice, but better to say it twice than not at all. Parable series about the streets, the unseen business, about the Oriental streets, the Chinese unseen business to be particular. Tommy's boss Wu told him to stick his right arm into a wood chipper. They cut the limbs down off of the power lines on the streets, and then the wood chipper, usually on wheels, they feed the limbs into the wood chipper, chips them up, and it throws them in the back of a truck, and then they haul the chips away. Tommy was told to feed his limb, his right limb, upper right limb to be specific, into that wood chipper, and he did it. He's always been blindly obedient. They value that in the Orient. Lefty, the left arm, saw what was going on with righty, the right arm. The agreement was being broken. Tommy had a written agreement with his arms, particularly righty himself wrote it up before he got chipped up. The written agreement stated that they haul stuff. The arms haul stuff for Tommy. They hitchhike. They give the peace sign. They give the finger. They zip up. They button up. Did I get wave in? They also do the nasty stuff. They wipe butts in the bathroom. They pick noses. Tommy was a professional nose picker, even by Oriental standards. And if you've ever seen them out in public, you know what I mean. But now he just has to rely upon the kindness of strangers to pick his nose or wipe his butt. And I bet you can guess strangers aren't always that kind. Tommy, however stupid he might be, got a promotion. It was a management test. It was a loyalty test given by Wu. So he's bossing a whole lot of folks around. He also won his girlfriend's heart. He's always been scaly. He always talks with a harsh lisp. He likes to stick his tongue out a lot. And yes, the Orient has been sticking its tongue out at the rest of the world for countless millennia. Oh, when you hear me say stuff like that, realize that everything on this side of my videos, I've made a lot of videos over the past decade with my phone, this thing, 424-229-4140, and with my cheap digital cameras. I've made a lot of videos designed to be attention getting. And this will get you to pick up your phone and see something you can document for yourself. I'm serious about building Jesus' immaculate house here on earth, but it's just attention getting stuff until you pick up that phone. Try to call me. See that your lifeline's not allowed to work and you don't know when it won't be allowed to work, and you come see me in person and tell me what you think about building Jesus' immaculate house. Tear down the Great Wall of Evil has just me in all of my imagery. And let's get started on those 1,000 points of light to inspire the future and the present greatness with. Everything on this side of the camera is attention getting to get you to pick up that phone. I'll do that. What you make a video of is something out of my hands. It's what has been affecting me. I mean, I got a degree back in '89 in mathematics. Do you see me making a whole lot of money as an actuary? It's the devil's people and their great Chinese wall of evil. Once again, attention getting. I've made a lot of funny fire and brimstone stuff. You don't have to worry about it till you flatline. You see that bright light. Then you got an eternity of something much worse than that with the horn one. Much worse than any way you can dream up, huh? But yeah, you can think of that great Oriental wall of evil as attention getting. But when a lot of folks on that side of the camera, and I always say, you don't have to worry about any of the videos you make with your phone, your camera, making it to the evening news, unless it's supposed to be there, you know, about the streets, the unseen business, or fiction. You don't have to worry about it unless, of course, it's supposed to be there, in which case you'd better be making those videos. The top of the streets is mean as hell. Have you watched some of my videos? Pete and Petey is an old one about the man who took an active part in America's hijacked lifelines, in particular handsome bald guys. And in this fun off-the-wall fiction, because he used rodents as part of his disrespect of that opportunity house we will build. And the fire and brimstone, once again, can't be meaner than the devil, what he can dream up. Had his, yes, that thing removed, and then ended up with a squirrel, kind of a squirrel cage, you know. One of his trained rodents running around on that in that squirrel cage, yeah, at his crotch. And he's got to be witnessed by folks doing that, because he did wrong. He was in the way of positive change, millennia in the making. But just to give you one example, and there's plenty of them, folks who Wang, the only ones bored enough to do some stuff is what I call the Oriental Street. It's a tell. Wang's washateria, a giant a drum, because they hate for me to have clean clothes, and interfered over the years with staged events around me, keeping washing machines and other stuff from being available or working properly. They got, you know, a whole bunch of folks who manage that boring stuff in that big washateria drum, and they get hosed down and soaped up, and they get spun around, and that can't be comfortable. Just to give you some idea of the fun stuff, the mean stuff, the off-the-wall stuff. Once again, the genetic carpentry I'm doing with the eyes, that's medical research being passed by. I'm telling everybody about it. I make videos every day about it. Medical research being passed by. Come see me in person, tell me what you know about that. I know taking vitamins accelerates the process, but what do you know as a doctor? My doctors can't talk about, I'm in a wheelchair. They can't talk about my change in eyes, but to put that in perspective, they can't talk about those 93 checks either. Now, I have brought up the eyes a few times with them. LACU, SEK Medical, no longer my doctors, and other doctors, but I don't often bring up the 93 checks. Oh, that's your job. Hey Doc, how do you reach this man by phone? When else in my lifeline not be allowed to work? Good folks aren't going to be. And you show them your lifeline. You try to call me, 424-229-4140. Good folks aren't going to have a problem with you demonstrating your family's hijacked lifelines. America's hijacked lifelines. Bad ones going to get angry, going to have a story to tell. Get that on video. Those are the best. But back to my point. I'm dragging on. It's already 10 minutes. It doesn't matter what I say. I say you can call it the great Eskimo wall of evil, or pick any country in the world, and you can call it that. But if you happen to live in our fun fiction, and you've witnessed the reason I call it the Great Chinese Wall of Evil, Great Oriental Wall of Evil, if you witness that, then yes, a lot of trillion tales of the Oriental Devils is going to get it out there on those flash drives I talk about. The trillion tales of the Oriental Devils. But really, I mean, it's in fun. I'm sure there's at least one. They got 1 billion in China alone, and that's just the stage. The census. The streets include much more than that. I will say often about that and other things, I don't get any bad comments. I don't get any bad comments by phone and mail about the Osama rumor that Obama is Osama's son, Osama bin Laden. Put the two side by side, look at those eyes, and please, all you politically correct folks out there, you can't have it both ways. They're mixing stuff up all over the place. Check out the eyes and try to call me and see Osama bin Laden's son. Hijacking your lifeline, you don't know when else. But I guarantee you, if it's because of religious, political, or business or any other kind of personal censorship, it occurs when you need the firemen, police, paramedics, you can probably bet it's going to be just as newsworthy as me asking for a 93 check for a decade now. That's you calling me up saying my phone works all the time, I can reach you. This is a Flight 93 check. It's going to be just as newsworthy. So, for real, everything on that side of the video. Pick up your phone, makes a video nowadays. Make a video of your wife's phone, your neighbor's phone, your daughter's phone, your mom's phone, your co-worker's phone, another soldier's phone, another fireman's phone, another policeman's phone, another priest's phone, everybody in your church's phone. Make that video. Try to call me to tell me whatever it is you think I'm saying or doing that is mean as anything. And you make that video something that affects you or everyone you know is Lifeline. Post. We the people must be the reporters. Tell those network news anchors, local news anchors, and in the public eye, we're going to fire you. You're not doing your job. Everything's fake news compared to our family's Lifeline. Our Lifeline's not working. And you're not covering something easily documented. Man's been asking for certified mail, non-certified mail, no FedEx about the UPS, no FedEx or UPS about the 93 checks and a decade of asking. We're going to fire you. We can all do your jobs with the phone. All we need is somebody to put it up on the evening news, guys. Edit out. This is from the East Coast, Boston. This is from the West Coast, LA. This is from the Midwest. We the people must be the reporter because they are incompetent. How they haven't done that job. In a decade of asking, easily documented stuff, guys. I'm telling cops all across America to make that video at the police station phone. You try to call me, 424-229-4140. Firemen of the fire station's phone. Churchgoers of the each other's phone. And yes, have those big screen TVs. The get-togethers. You can call them parties, you can call them church events, you can call them neighborhood events. World Trade Center footage on one. On the other is whatever they're covering on the evening news tonight. That is not your family's hijack lifeline. Every American's hijack lifeline. See that phone? That's every child in America's lifeline. Make a video of it being hijacked. Whatever they're covering or whatever you've seen that is stupid as hell, compared to the fact that they're not covering. Our hijack lifelines are, oh, it's too far down there. I'll get it before I roll. Make that video, post that video, and it's up to 15 minutes, so I better end that. And yes, we the people must be the reporters. And whatever I might say about anything, it can't be that mean, guys. I haven't got one bad comment about this, that, or the other. Come see me in person, tell me what you think. Now, back to Tami. He's got a promotion. And earlier this year, in LA here, he was in charge of staging a Save the Sharks rally. It was either a save the Sharks or a save the Snakes rally. Whatever it was going to be in like a park or something. So Tami made a request. You can do that. Wallhouse perhaps can get you a sugar checker that will say whatever you want from a distance. That's Wallhouse Street, Oriental Street. It's Chinese unseen business. If it's boring, it's Chinese. It's Oriental. Boring, repetitive, that's them. It can get you one, and I've had a 530 with this thing. I've had a 94, and I feel exactly the same way both times. Maybe because I've been that way all my life. Who knows? I did show you that. I showed you that already. But whatever the case is, it's got something to do with the eyes that the doctors can't talk about. And they can't talk about United 3 checks either. So Tami, he wrote down, let me get back to the point before it gets over 20 minutes again. I'm producing my own sitcom. He wrote to the Wallhouse a request form. Maybe he did it on the internet. Who knows? And he said, I'm having a Save the Sharks rally, and I would like a good night 3 check card to hand out. It comes in the larger 1 to 4x6 photos. Everything I've shown you is 4x6 photos, except the big one that's a paper Word doc. This one. Print it out. Print out those fobs. Give them to everyone you know. Tell them. Check and post in fob. This man's been asking for a decade for a 911 flight 93 check. He has yet to get one. This affects us. We don't know when else our phone won't be allowed to work. Make a video. Timestamp on the phone. Number dialed. Those hijacking our lifelines, as we tried to call Melton, John Melton Brady. They're worried enough about that to alter phone records to cover it up. We the people must be the reporters. Now, I'm not going to get back to that because I got to do this and show you my eyes in case any of you out there know what's going on with them. What can speed up the process? I know taking vitamins does. Maybe you know something better as your professional background. Tami wrote in that request, I'd like a nice clear day for the Save the Sharks rally. Weather request by Tami. I'd like a nice clear day. Unfortunately, he put the first part in, the exact day he wanted it to be clear, 272, and he left the other end open-ended. The other blank open 272. Wow, it's up there. And yes, that's the reason everything's been dry lately. If it's rained, just a drop or two in the middle of the night, but nothing really much here in LA. It's nothing news for the California, and known for the sunny skies and all that. But someone needs to get Tami to fill in the other end if you want, the palms to look green, for a handsome, bald graphic artist to design imagery around. And yeah, since I got a little time, I'm going to tell you about the eyes, but let me do the last night's minute parable again. It's about the weather. We're on a ship. There's the eyes, dark brown eyes. Way they looked most of my life. On the left here, on the right here, it's a smaller, browner surface disappearing. That's in 2014, that's 2013. This part here, I'm going to show you in the bathroom, is missing the outer ring of the brown. This part here can be whiter, can be lighter, it can be dark brown, it can be light brown. It's changing day by day, sometimes more in the afternoon. So let me go show you that with my flashlight, what they look like now, because it's already after 20 minutes. And yes, we're on a ship, and it has just stopped raining. Everybody comes up on deck, and they look around, and they see blue skies, they see the sun shining, But as far as they can see, it's just water everywhere. And Noah says, "Oh my God, what have the Chinese done?" And last night I put in the party on Milton again. They had a carpenter and all that. And I added at the end of that minute parable from last night that, Dad is always complaining about that. He said it wasn't him. It's those damn Chinese meddling with the weather. You can see the brown part there very much light, a little bit lighter than it was yesterday. At times it could be all white, and this is very white out here. The old brown eye on the way out, and the outer circle's not there. You know what's going on? Come tell me. It is attention given. It's on this side of the video, but it's very real. My eyes started changing in '96. I went into the Conway Hospital, Charity Hospital in Monroe, Louisiana, with an anemia. Dangerously low blood counts. They had to come see me with anyone came in the room, nurses, doctors. I had to wear masks. Reverse isolation is what they called it. Because they were worried about me, low blood counts. I had to wear the mask. Hospital, a whole bunch of sick people there. They started changing right after that, and I started taking my vitamins, and if anything, a year later, blood counts were abnormally high instead of bizarrely low. And I kept taking the vitamins as long as I felt better taking the vitamins, but I stopped after a while because it didn't feel like they were doing any good. Started a year ago, again, a little over a year, and that's when they started catching the light like you just saw. And that has seemed to hasten the process. If you know what else you'd think doctors of blind folks would be interested in eyes growing anew. Come see me in person. And remember to ask and answer Jesus' question. Is Barack Hussein Obama a terrorist? You can put Trump in there. I don't play favorites. I'm not a fan of the buffoon Russian guy. Those are the stigmata wounds that had me in the hospital in 2014. Lost 80 pounds in less than a month. It's a genetic wound. It comes from the inside out. Just like the changing eyes. You know what's going on? Come see me in person. And make that video of America's High-Tech Lifelines when you tried to call me to tell me. And yes, tell me what that place needs to inspire the future and present to greatness with. You can call it an opportunity house. It's an opportunity for a whole lot of good folks all over the world to build a better world. Good, honest businessmen, good, honest people. But I call it Jesus' Immaculate House because there will be a test at the end. I hear it's pass, fail, or purgatory.